have his way with them.
Yeah, it says, he said, if I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves. Yahweh Shai said, if Satan be divided against itself, how can his kingdom stand? Right? If Satan cast out Satan, you know, yeah, man. Kingdom divided against itself cannot stand, but will have an end.
He literally went into these other countries and divided them.
Create division everywhere.
There's North Korea and South Korea.
Yeah.
North Vietnam and South Vietnam. China and Taiwan. And all these nations were divided.
Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah.
And he created groups and sects among them to fight each other. You know, to destroy each other. Here, what did he create? The Crips and the Bloods.
Yep.
You know, all these different, all these different gangs. He literally divided houses, though.
Yeah, the biggest war in the house is the gender war. Man versus woman. That's I mean, you could walk outside of your house and sense the tension. Women don't even, when they walk by, they don't even, you know, hey, how you guys? How are you? They won't even speak to you, but they will expect you to hold the door open.
Right.
Don't say thank you.
Don't say thank you. It's like that now.
What Esau's done in the house, he's changed the roles. You know, the man don't know his role, the woman don't know her role.
She knows she won't.
Yeah.
She can look at his role and put herself in that role. But the man's like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
So let me get my role back. Now that's a fight.
Yep.
But because the men are being emasculated and the women are being emasculated.
Yeah, you seen that new Kevin Hart movie on Netflix? That dude was actually a fucking stay-at-home husband. That's the new term.
I think I seen the
That's okay now.
And his woman basically is the breadwinner. Complete out of order. And they pushing the shit too.
Now there's a time where that may be the situation, but in a man's spirit, he should never be all right with that. At some point, he's gonna realize, like, hey, I need to do something, man. You know, I need to be out. I got a mission in life that I need to fulfill. Now, if that's being fulfilled, all great, right? But if you just at home and I like rearing the children and cooking and cleaning and I'm the Madden king of the hill. You know, I mean, dumb shit, man. The way these 2/3 are really living off these women is, of course, you don't have a masculine spirit on you, okay? Versus what's in your spirit, like, you know what, I need to be doing something. You know, something positive.
That third wave feminism did them in.
Yep.
Go back to the serpent, the devil. Follow the devil. Part of the division is what? Planting them seeds in the mind of Eve.
Yep.
I don't need you.
Yep.
I can self-exist.
I'm independent.
And I could coexist and be independent without you.
Yep.
You know? If we was a spar, it'd be a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, I got a chance. They really believe they got a chance to be in combat with
Bro.
Yeah, man.
You can't beat your 12-year-old son. You can't whoop him.
You can't whoop another woman.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, going back to everything so far that he said in his speech is on the money. It's 100%. All right. He said, "I have families at war with themselves." Yeah, especially amongst our people. They're man. They're the main ones. Totally dysfunctional, man. Matriarchy. That was the death of the family structure. What do you think the mission statement of Black Lives Matter? What do you think that was about? Destroying the father out of the house, man.
Yep.
It says, and with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
But you know what promoted that? You know how that came to fruition was, like you were saying earlier, when they took the man out of the home, and then you got these women raising these young boys to be emotional, to be impulsive, and what's the end result? These gang-banging, drug-dealing niggas that are emotional, that
Violent.
All that testosterone build up in no constructive way to deal with it or control it.
And a father's not there to help funnel it and help that child grow as a man and not be emotional and think rationally and with some sense versus thinking like his mama.
Yeah, as a father, some of this is to show a man how to channel that aggression into something physically positive, right? But women don't do that.
We always hear the stories about boxers. Or how'd you get into boxing? Or I was fighting and then it might not even be their father. It might not even be their father, but it was a father figure and said, okay, we're gonna put you in boxing, and then they had a career or whatever. But we always see incidents like that where it has to be a father figure to come and help channel that inner aggression.
Yeah, and then what do? They say, oh yeah, they put him on medications. They tell the doctor he got ADHD or ADD.
He should be able to sit still.
And you know
Exactly.
what?
Put him on that Adderall.
And the mamas get money for that.
Yeah.
He said, they said you crazy, so we gotta get money.
Yeah, SSI check.
Yeah, hell yeah. They get that shit up to a certain age, and then they transfer it to it's like some other shit they transfer it to when they pass 18, where they still get the money.
Yeah.
This is,
perpetuating that system.
Yeah, and that drives that kid crazy, man. I had a cousin that went through that, and he ended up bugging out. He was licking walls, bro.
It says, within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. That's the most obvious. Mind you, this is 1965. He's saying this.
Right. This
Right.
ain't 95.
Yeah,
This
this
ain't
is in
2005.
1965. He said within 10 years, I'd have prisons overflowing. So by the 70s, going into the 80s, prisons was getting filled with Jake, man.
Now it's a business. Now it's big business. You got these celebrities like Michael Jordan and investing in prisons.
Investing in it.
Yeah.
And then they created the culture to promote the behavior and the actions that lends you into prisons.
They're privately owned.
Yeah.
They'll make you comfortable in prison now.
I was thinking the same
You
thing.
got niggas in there with cell phones and Xboxes and
Yeah.
PlayStations
Playing online.
and they eating better than me.
They making little studios and
Yeah.
What?
Hell yeah, making music and shit.
So these chicks that are in there, they're like, man, I'm cool. I'm good. Because they come back out here and they don't know how to act. So they end up going back. But they comfortable while they in there. Crazy.
It says, I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then
Hey,
from the schoolhouse.
So like, they did that. You don't have to put your hand on the Bible anymore in court.
There it is.
And did you say pornography, you said?
I'd have judges promoting pornography.
The way, a judge is not going to come out and say it, but because they have the power to say, hey, we need to fucking take this shit off the internet.
Yeah.
There's kids watching this.
Hold on. Who the name of the bitch that they sworn as the new POTUS?
Ketanji Brown or some shit.
Ketanji Brown. This same woman who had a career on giving men with men that have child pornography cases, she was giving them slaps on the wrist. Men that actually had child abuse history, she was giving them slaps on the wrist. She had a history of that. And then they swore this bitch in to over the Supreme Court.
That goes into what you were talking about with their molding this world to accept.
Yeah.
Is that that I ain't like saying this shit. That child
Hey, what?
sex shit, man.
Well, NAMBLA is still a government-funded organization.
Right. I bet they got a PPP on forgiving shit.
Yep. It says, soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. God was never, the Most High was never in that anyway.
Nope.
And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology.
They thought it was though, because when they were ruling from that's how they got the authority to even judge from that system. The system of the court system in America and in modern society was based upon the biblical judges and persecution. You know, let the punishment fit the crime. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. They used the same structure of it, but they slowly perverted it to where they would wipe the whole thing out. Now they can just judge from their own hearts now, on evil hearts.
That's no cherry.
You know? So exactly what we're showing you how the actual way that they did this, in reality, how they actually laid it out.
Yep.
Like, because it's easy to say this is what the plan is, but you still got to execute that plan.
Yep.
This devil has been executing that plan with godly precision.
Yeah, well, ungodly.
So, you know,
That's why
God,
it
God,
yeah,
That's
high.
why it says in Micah the 2nd chapter, woe to you that work evil upon your beds.
Yeah.
When the morning is like
They practice
it because it is in the power
Of their hands. Okay.
And that word power is from the Hebrew word Allah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have God-like power on the left-hand side to carry out all these agendas, man. And it's been working for all these decades. We started to see the shift, the shifting and the transitions from each generation. Things got worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with each generation, they got worse and worse, man.
You know, these young guys, these young men and women coming up, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, man, they out there just doing the most. You know, they have no shame, they have no fear.
They don't believe in the Most High.
Hey,
They don't even fear Esau himself.
we saw that video where the dad was telling about his daughters.
Oh, yeah, kind. No,
The one that he was saying, hey, if you
they don't
go
even
down,
fear me
they
or
don't
something like
even
that. Respect.
fear me. They don't respect me. He's basically giving them a rundown. That's why in our laws, you're supposed to put them daughters to death
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in front of the whole city so everybody would fear. But when he didn't have the backbone to do it, and you know, it's a societal thing now. He'd have been thrown, his life would be destroyed for taking them demons off the planet, as he should have had a right to do. But now
and
demons like that just walking around rampant.
if he did carry out that judgment and he was thrown in prison, I bet you he was still, at the end of the day, he would be like, I had to do it.
I had to do it.
I had to do it.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
had to, man. They were bad.
I had to, man. So, fuck it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, any good father would have to come to that.
Then to as a father to see your daughters grow up to be whores.
That would hurt you more.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
They put them out there.
That's in
Yeah.
the Apocrypha.
Yeah.
That's a rock 42,
42?
32 or 40.
Yeah. 32. Let me look though. Yeah, it's in there though. Said 42. Yeah, this is it, bro. It's 42. It's like Sirach chapter 42, verse let's start at 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she shall be hated. In her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies,
She make an embarrassment.
Hey,
and a byword in the city.
and
Got a reputation.